Okay, part two here. I hit the wrong button, so it'll be a couple different parts. But this is the end of the promenade at the very end of the marina. Can't really see. I guess you can see the marina a little bit behind us, but that's the very end of it. And this was a point that is famous for where they protected in battle. They would put machine guns out here. So it's the end of the promenade that we walked out, and then you can again get a better view of the coastline. And you can see on my left, that's just a long walkway, and it's got a couple beaches there, one of which bathing suits are optional. So, but it's too cold for any of that, so we're good. I don't have to worry about getting an R rating on this video. But you can see as you move from left down to right, my right, that's where the town goes. That's a famous St. Sebastian chapel behind us. And then that's the St. Sebastian chapel behind us. And then again, as you look out here, that you see a big white building. You can see it. And that is where William goes back for his training. My place is right by this church right here, and that's where the town center is, and that's where we'll walk to. Okay, so I just walked inland from the point, and then you can see the path that I'm going to walk right there to the left. I'm going to walk down to the very end of that, and it takes me to a little part of the town which is just on this side of the chapel. So when I come up next, I'll be in that center of town right up there. But you can see beautiful, very calm. I'll be a little bit chilly here, but that's all right. It's a great day for a walk out on the beach, which I know you appreciate. Okay, so now behind me is the marina, and I'm overlooking a deck where they usually have a restaurant and chairs. It's a beach club restaurant overlooking the Mediterranean, but again, it's Spain, so everything closes until I think 5:30. So it takes from like 1 to 5:30 siesta, something like that. So that's where we're at right now. We're in siesta, but you can see I'm headed into this side of the church, the town. There's again a bunch of apartments, but a lot of cafes and shops. And so the next place I'll show you, a bunch of beaches as well. And then the next place I'll show you will be at the church, which is right behind me, and we'll get that overlooking. So we'll get the other side of this little bay right here, and then so you can see them. Just thought as I was walking by, I saw people taking a picture, but I also want to give you a sense that there's plenty of artwork around here, old statues, new statues, but all very easy walking around. And look at that, it's going to be another beautiful sunset in about an hour. So this is just down at the foot of that promenade there, and you can see nice place to play and hang out. And then again, now we'll walk through that shopping area. It's some good cafes, apartments, and shops. But this is a beautiful place to hang out, even if it's a little bit chilly. Yeah, I thought it'd be a good idea to give you a look at what the boardwalk actually looks like. So we'll look here, and this is, again, it's siesta time, so there's nobody at the restaurants right now. But then there are a lot of these little streets you're about to come see. Again, that have little shops, and I'm going to take you, for another video, I'm going to take you down all the little alleys and stuff like that. But this is what the shop looks like. Got you a little busy there. But again, right out on the beach, and it's beautiful. And these are cafes that are just usually packed with people. All right, so now behind me is the marina that we were just at, and out at that point you can see. And as I go this way, you can see where we walked on the plaza out to the point, the second point, and this is the point where the San Sebastian church is. But let me just go back here, and again, beautiful view out of the Mediterranean. and then I'll come back around again, and you keep seeing the, hopefully it's not too fast, but you keep seeing the marina, and there's the path I walked and along with the beaches and the apartments and the cafes and the playground and the work. So this is all, now you're looking at behind me, the walkway to the shops and stuff. I'm gonna walk back this way, go next to the church, and I'll come out the other side where you get a better sense of the church. So this is kind of the alleyway that you walk through between all these buildings, the church and the shops and stuff. But you can see the old roads kind of remind you of Faneuil Hall type stone cobble roads and stuff. So you continue up here. On my right is the outer part of the museum of the chapel. And then on the left here is, I think that's the entrance to the chapel itself. But you can see it's a pretty walkway, and things were narrower back then. Oops, what I really want to do is give you a sense of, how's that for a grand entrance to the chapel? That's awfully pretty, huh? All right, keep walking. Yeah, so we come out of that narrow walkway, and then look at, you could take a right up, and that's a street. That's Fifth Avenue in Spanish, somewhere. Where does it say Fifth? I don't know if you can see Fifth Avenue up there. It says Fifth Avenue. You have to trust me on that one. But yeah, so you walk up this, and again you're out, and that's a big beautiful window behind us. Not sure how that truck got here, but then when you come out here, this starts, you now can see the church that we're walking out and getting to a beautiful sunset. This overlooks the Mediterranean. There's usually some merchants with goods that they're trying to sell as you walk through, and I'll get you on the other side of this. Okay, so you can see in the way back where the marina was, and we looped back around, and now we are at the other side of the chapel. And again, this was a good place for cannons for protection, overlooking the beautiful Mediterranean. And now what's different is that there's another little harbor with more shops and cafes, but a little bit of a marina, but not as big as the other one. But you can see this is an active church, and there's a funeral happening now. But the very beautiful church in a very beautiful spot, and then again, if you need any artisan type of stuff, you can get it along here. But very beautiful, and very. Oops, sorry, probably getting you dizzy. But just want to try and capture. You'll see pictures of this, but sometimes it's kind of cool to just see how big it is and how beautiful it is. And then in this harbor right here, you can see this big stairway that brings you down to the other marketplace. So this will be the end of this video, but I just wanted to show you so this is where it culminates into the little town square that I live in. And this is the waves the other night were coming crashing over onto this, where I am on the stairway. But that stairway leads up to the church. Isn't that beautiful? And like I said, and the waves came crashing up. You can see the woman. She would be getting soaking wet right now by the waves. But then I come out here, and you can see where the town center, where William and his buddies, you'll see pictures, they come out and play soccer out here on the plaza in front of the cafes and restaurants. And but it's a nice place to walk, particularly when the sun is coming out. And the last thing I wanted to show you was out in the ocean. You might be able to see back there these huge ocean liners, cargo trucks in the back, but there's also these beautiful sailboats. I don't know if you can see the beautiful sailboat. It's a little dot, but from here it's a beautiful sailboat. You gotta trust me on that. Alright, so this video is about to end. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and this was the walk from Williams Training Stadium to where the town center where I live. 2 more walks to go.